Jeremiah 37. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Kol halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rekaha Kudash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. All right, to the those would be your would-be judges, the 144,000, and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners. All right, among the heathen nations that have the appearance of the heathen nations. This is not a black only thing. All right. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with a crucial lesson in truth. We are here. The time is now. Okay. The stage is being set to set you up and violate the law and make you breakers of the law. Meaning, when there's no food, there's no resources, they know that crime is going to increase. And now Edom has prepared his sword. He's going to sanction posses, basically. All right? Deputize private individuals who could be of the from those NAZI organizations, those type guys, militias. Throw a badge on them, give them a shotgun and an AR, and send them out into the streets after you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who primarily make up the body of Israel here on Earth. All right, especially here in America. Okay. Now, look, what you're looking at is the thumbnail from a video on YouTube. So, all right, and when I turned on my computer, this was what was on it. So the Lord set this up. So I clicked on it and used it as a thumbnail. All right, and that's from the movie Sicario. All right, now, Northern Kingdom is extra wicked toward their own brother. The curses, because it's not like you did this to a heathen. They did this to their own people, man. All right. So how much worse you think it's going to get? And like I said, the stage is set where they're setting you up to commit crimes, and then they're also setting you up to enforce those crimes brutally, because what's going to happen, they're going to end up snatching a lot of you up, all these street takeovers and these crazy gatherings. When you gather on your motorbikes, not yesterday, but the day before, I saw about 200 bikers on those mini bikes and illegal quad four-wheel, things. And they go out and they take over the streets and, and they ride up and down and do wheelies on the sidewalk and up and down the streets, block the intersections. Trump has got something for you. All right, he's got something for you, man, and he's failed. And now that it's been exposed that it's the American citizens who actually are flipping the bill for these tariffs, and all these American companies are not going to build in America, but they're running further away from America to build their factories in other countries. It's all coming out, man. So they know the shelves are going to be empty very, very soon. All right, so the time of Jacob's trouble is close at hand. So I'm going to play a few of these videos. That have been sent to me once again by the reporters here. Like I said, between April O'Neil, on the spot reporter, and this brother Zahar Yahweh, man. But I'm going to start with this one. It's quite a few in here that I wanted to do responses to, but these two right here in particular stand out. All right. So let's see what this little chick has to say about these empty shelves.
America is about to learn how good we actually used to have it. The ports are empty. Food isn't coming in. Goods are not coming in. Everyone who works in the shipping industry is saying we are about to face a crisis much bigger than the empty shelves during COVID. We have felt entitled in this country to freedom, to democracy, to human rights, to unlimited food and crap to buy. We got lazy and we did nothing to maintain those freedoms and those rights. We assumed that other people would do it. We stopped valuing our own education. We stopped reading. We stopped being kind to other people. We got completely hell-bent on having more stuff, on having more money, on having more whatever, having more fucking Botox in our faces. It's a false ladder that we were taught to climb. And I don't know if this current iteration of Americans has it in them to survive the Great Depression.
They do not.
Part 2. But I don't know if we're going to have a choice, babe. America is about to learn.
Yeah, America's about to learn a very hard lesson that they're not mentally and physically prepared. Meanwhile, the men of the Lord never stop reading, never stop warning you, never stop telling you. All right? The men of the Lord has been on the YouTube almost coming up on 2 decades. Not going to make 2 decades the way things are looking. All right? Not going to quite make it because I don't imagine this unicorn will be around much longer. It's all about to go down. You're about to experience 2nd Ezra's, the 15th and the 16th chapter. All right, it's really about to happen. Esau, I've been praying for this. They're losing their health, their wealth, and their hope. Okay? So, and Trump's plans did nothing but divide and isolate America from the rest of the world even more so and make it hated more so than it already was. All right, so here we go.
So more bad news about the tariffs. More bad news, guys. Both of the Subaru manufacturing plants are moving to Japan. They're shutting down their operations in the United States and moving to Japan. They produce Subarus right here and made Subarus affordable to Americans.
Subarus are very good cars.
If you guys are fans of Subarus, like I very much am, the price of Subarus are going to go up because now we're going to be purchasing vehicles that had to be imported back into the United States. It's going to go up substantially. But here's what else is going on. You've got countries like Canada who they love Subarus over there as well, but they are not importing United States Subarus because of the tariffs. They're going directly to Japan to start importing Subarus. And Subaru is meeting a global need.
You hear that?
They're like saying, we see what's happening. People are cutting the United States out of the equation.
Yep.
We want to keep doing business and meet the global needs, so we're going back to Japan because we can't be messing with this clown show in the administration. Here's the issue. Those plants will not come back. They will not reopen in the United States.
Ever.
I mean, more than likely, they are gone for good. And we have Tier 2 and Tier 3 auto part manufacturers in the United States that supply parts to Subaru, that they're going to be impacted by this as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is really bad stuff. And just add this to all the bad news from what this clown show is doing with these tariffs.
So, in essence, America has lost the business of the world community forever. Because what's the nation of the world. Look at how Africa, all those 50 plus countries, I think it's 55 or 56 countries in Africa are all banding together against the West, against America imperialism. And there's this image right here that is so powerful. I gotta show it because this sums up. Please tell me I sent it over here. Darn it, I haven't transferred it from that phone yet. I guess I'll just have to use it again. But basically, it shows an Edomite, two Edomites pushing two different Africans toward each other, like how you set up a battlefield plan and you got soldiers on one side and soldiers on the other side, and it shows you these big pale hands pointing these soldiers toward each other with AK-47s. And then that's with their right hand. Meanwhile, their left hands are under the soil, and you can see their hands reaching for the diamonds, the gold, the oil, the gas, the resources. So they keep those Africans poor, broken, fighting while they rob them of their resources. The world has caught on to that. And it's not just Africa. They do it throughout Asia, and other parts of the world as well. And the world is finally rising up against the hammer of the earth. And they're saying, have you now become as weak as we? That's what the nations are saying. Okay. Let me grab this. Okay, here we go. Strengthening and unleashing America's law enforcement Pursue Criminal Act to protect innocent citizens, which is worded in a way to where it sounds like it's something noble, but it's actually something very cruel, something very wicked. All these police officers that have been caught up in different violations of civil rights, unjust stops and beatings and arrests and things like that, the ones that are in trouble in the law within the courts, they're all going to be exonerated. And they're going to be free to operate with complete and total immunity. So the brutality that is about to come from law enforcement, and I'm just going to outright say it, especially pale ones, especially so-called white men, toward people of color, especially toward you Israelites. Because you best believe they're going to go in on Ishmael. They're going to go in on the sand niggers as well as the other brown niggers, the darker brown niggers and spiggers. They're about to bust your heads to the white meat. All right? They're about to do all sorts of things to you. And don't be shocked too when they have their way with your wives and your daughters as well. A lot of that's going to be going on. You best believe it. And they're going to bring in the military to assist them. And they're going to deputize some of these racist hate groups. And like I said, put shotguns and AR-15s in their hands and point them at the inner cities. That's what's about to happen.
Just signed this executive order today, April 28th, 2025, strengthening and unleashing America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent citizens. I read through the whole thing, but this is the part that stuck out to me the most. Section 4 of this executive order says, using national security assets for law and order. Within 90 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General and the Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Secretary of Homeland Security and the heads of agencies as appropriate, shall increase the provision of excess military and national security assets in local jurisdictions to assist state and local law enforcement. Within 90 days of the date of this order, the Secretary of Defense, in coordination with the Attorney General, shall determine how military and national security assets, training, non-lethal capabilities, and personnel can most effectively be utilized to prevent crime. There is only one reason to sign an executive order like this with that language in it, and that is if you are intending to use the United States military as your our police force to police the citizens of the United States. Now, there is already a law on the books, Pase Comitas Act of 1878. That law strictly prohibits the use of the United States military in civil law enforcement duties. So the only way that Donald Trump would be able to utilize this executive order is one of two ways. First, he gets Congress to pass a new law that reverses Pase Comitas, or two, he enacts the Insurrection Act and is then utilizing the military to regain civil control of the United States. That is literally the only two directions that they can go with this executive order.
Okay, he's almost right. He can also bring in foreign troops, and there are a lot of them are already here. Okay, because because a lot of military, they're worried about them because a lot of military individuals are not with the Trump administration. They're not with this. All right. And so they know that they're probably going to have insurrections within the military. So they got a plan for that as well. All right. Nevertheless, this thing is here. And it is in complete violation of the Constitution because you cannot make an executive order or any other order that goes against the law of the land. Let me give you the receipt. Let me give you the receipt. I give it to you, often. Let me break it out. Their own law. Here it is. All right. Because the Constitution is the law of the land, and here it is. All right. This is from the Black Laws Dictionary. All right. The law of the land. The general misconception is that any statute passed, that executive order he just signed, by legislators bearing the appearance of law constitutes the law of the land. All right. The U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. And any statute to be valid must be in agreement. It is impossible for a law which violates the Constitution to be valid. This succinctly states as follows. All right. All laws which are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. So there you have it. They're going to break the law so that they can break your head. That's what they're about to do, man. They are going to break the law so that they can break you down and do all manner of things with you. And just like I was watching a video with the elder Manakaza out in L.A., I was watching his video earlier when he spoke on this. And he was right. A lot of you jakes are going to end up being sent to American citizens. All right, are going to be your civil rights, according to the law of the land, are about to be grossly violated, and they're going to send you. They're going to beat your ass, and then they're going to send you down to El Salvador, to some of those death camps. This is what the men of the Great Millstone, mainly, and our true and the brothers who are truly with us, those few camps that teach the likewise doctrine, the true doctrine, not that, not that 501c3 sellout false doctrine. Like I'm just gonna say it, like the members, like the heads of IUIC, the heads of ISUPK and the heads of Sakari, all these 501c, these people are in contract with the very people who are planning to do these things to our people. All right, and if you're stupid enough to believe those lies that don't match up precept, they just make up shit, change the meaning of words. Oh boy. But yeah, the time is here, man. The time is here. So I got one more video on standby, then I'm gonna go into some scriptures and wrap this up. I wanted to go through these things. And at the same time that all this is happening, we're on the verge of this of World War III. That's going on too. So you're going, and which is scriptural. America's going to be chaotic at home, and the world will be chaotic abroad. All of it's happening at the same time.
The United States is incapable of fighting a sustained conflict against a peer-level force. The United States cannot fight and engage China and win. We will not beat the Chinese. We cannot beat the Chinese, and we know this. And yet we're using the Philippines to create the conditions of potential conflict with the Chinese. Please understand that for the Filipino people, this is a recipe for disaster. You think America is your friend. So too did the Ukrainian people.
Yep.
And they are dying by the hundreds of thousands. The Ukrainians have been displaced by the tens of millions. That's not how friends behave. America has never been the friend of the Ukrainians, and we are not the friends of the Filipinos. We don't like you. If we did like you, we wouldn't be doing this to you. We are using you. You are a tool, nothing but a tool, and when the tool ceases to be useful, we will discard you. And discard you means usually after a war that devastates you. We are using you to gain some...
Hey, you 501c3 camps might want to listen to that portion of this message. All right? You signed these contracts for temporary riches on a place that is about to burn. And now many of you're going to have no covering. And you women that were part of those camps that listened to that and listened to the fraud and the false allegations that was said against the men of the Great Millstone about grape and underage marriage. You fed into all them lies, because that's the main lie that they. As a matter of fact, it was IUIC who propagated that lie in the first place. All right. And especially when they're defeated in doctrine and when they get exposed for their lies, that's what they run to. So all you people who subscribe to that, you women, don't come running over here. All right? Don't come. You will be turned away.
Sort of momentary leverage over the Chinese. We will fail. The Chinese will win, and you will be destroyed. End of story. Continue to behave as colonial subjects, and I know that's a short grow up. Grow up and act responsibly. Take control of your own future. America is not here to help you. America is here only to use you. And we still view you as our colonial subjects.
Yep.
We don't like you. We don't care about you. We just want to use you until there's nothing left, and then we will discard you on the trash heap of history.
It's very important for the Philippines to be clear-eyed in what's going on and not to be led down the path by bellicose military people from the United States. Whatever you do not simply become a tool of the United States and be led into an armed conflict that ends up in disaster for the Filipino people.
So we got war on the front with the Filipinos who are being used as a proxy, and then you have two nuclear powers, Pakistan and India, that are going at it, and they're and the Western media is saying that Pakistan is being used as a proxy for China, which I don't believe that could be true, but I seriously doubt it. And because India is with the BRICS, and Pakistan, if America hasn't showed you that, well, you should listen to the message that John Ritter, this former U.S. Marine weapons inspector, just sent to the Filipinos. You Pakistanis may want to listen to it too. Everyone is looked at by Esau, Edom, as subjects. You just could colonize subjects, the same mentality that the Israelis have over everyone, all right, everyone else. You just goy them, you just cattle to them, all right, and Esau is about to show his teeth. So let's go into these scriptures and get ready to wrap this up. And the first one I want to bring out is Wisdom of Solomon. Because, he's getting ready to show you that you're nothing worth to them. I'm going to start at I'm in Wisdom of Solomon 2. The point is in 10. But I'm going to start in verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. So, like I said, they come in and they take the resources of all these other nations, and then they brutalize you, kind of like what you see on the screen. All right? And that's to send a message. That's just like this was. This was to send a message and to bring terror to people. Let none of us go without his part. Our voluptuousness, let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lots is this. So this was a token of their of them leaving the token right here. Okay, to leave that message. Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient, gray hairs of the aged. So they're setting you up where they know people are going to protest. They're setting you up where they know that in desperation, people will do what you already got the idiots who you go out and do the smash and grabs, but then you're going to have people who are desperately will just want to feed their family. Remember, every time there's a so-called natural disaster and Edomites, go into a grocery store or to a convenience store and they take food off the shelves, they're surviving. When brown people do it, they're looting. So it's gonna be no different. Except this time they're gonna snatch up you Edomites too. You're gonna get no favor this time. All right, you're gonna be labeled as looters as well. All right, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, because they're not letting the law of the land be. This executive order is in violation of the law of the land. They're setting you up. This is a RICO act to the max. They're setting you up. What do they call that when they I can't think of it when you coerce, not to coerce. Entrapment. They're entrapping the population. All right? They're taking away your food, taking away your substances, and then they go and then basically they set in the mousetrap. And they're waiting for you to go out and take the cheese out of the gas station, take the cheese out of the local grocery store, and then they're gonna slap their trap on you. That's exactly what they've just done. All right, because you are actually about to have empty shelves, way worse than COVID. All right, way worse than COVID was. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found nothing worth. Right? You're feeble and you found nothing worth, man. Right? They despise the poor and the broke. You damn peasants. They can't stand you. 2 Ezra 15. All right, you already know where I'm going, 14 through 19. It applies. So could probably read most of 16 as well, but I'm going to read 15, 14 through 19, and it reads, for the sword, verse 14, 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe means destruction. So it's not just going to be Babylon. This is creating, the whole world is on edge. It's on edge, man. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Tribulation is about to cover the whole compass of the earth. Right? And the way it's set, this is all going to happen over the next 90 days. That executive order was signed on the 28th, which was Monday. So basically, that will make May, June, July. The things that are getting ready to start happening by the middle of May, by the end of May going into June, it's about to get rough, man. All you people have birthdays in May and June, July, you're not going to have good birthdays at all. Kol halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hasham Rakah HaKodash Kwam Yasharala Abad Babal.